Hello there once again, it's your old pal Locke the Bounty Hunter, and on today's very special episode, we are taking a look at one from Manhood. Women are shook as they realize they're losing their physical appeal. God help us all. Link is in the description. Go ahead, check out his channel, give him a like and subscribe. This guy does some fantastic work. Thank you so much, good sir. Without further ado, let's not waste any more time and dive right in, shall we?
Dude, men are so
Yeesh.
like, I swear to fucking God, did they all go to Clown University? Are they all the mayor of Clown Town?
How can all of men be a collective mayor of a town, woman? No, we are not the mayor of Clown Town. A fry cook once did call me the Duke of Dumpsville. It was either Duke of Dumpsville or Dumpsterville. I don't remember which one, but ever since then, I demanded that man call me Duke. When else am I going to be referred to as a Duke? It's kind of awesome.
Because I don't understand who taught these freaking bozos how to act.
Whoa, 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 bozos? Hey, watch your mouth, woman.
And who brought them up. But I don't understand, because collectively as a whole, they're all idiots.
Speak for yourself, lady. You can't call all of us idiots when you're the one that's acting like an immature little child.
There's not one better than the other, to be honest with you, in my experience.
That's because you keep wasting your time with people who are only using you for one thing. Trust me, it ain't your personality. You don't have one of those to begin with.
I've just seen a bunch of clown towns. I've had enough. Leave me alone.
Well, gee whiz, woman, it's such a hard decision, but I think I'm gonna let All Powers Booth here make my decision for me.
Well, bye.
Is anyone else single and in their 30s and kind of like, these apps are just making me feel worse about dating, so I want to delete them, but also then you have the fear that if you delete them, how the hell are you going to meet somebody?
Well, I can explain that easily. You see, you make the emotionally impulsive response to delete all of the apps, but then a week later, you re-download them because you are desperate enough to meet Chad and you're not willing to settle for anybody else. If you went out into the real world and started doing some hobbies or maybe going out and talking to men, you could easily find yourself a guy. There's plenty of them out there, but you don't want a guy, you want Chad. Sure, Chad may spare 15 minutes to play with your scum dumpster of unlimited woe, but he ain't gonna wife you up, he ain't gonna commit to you. He only sees you as good for one thing. That's because you're over 30 and don't have much else to offer anybody.
There's that.
Dating is so fucking hard. This dude just asked me what are my favorite qualities about myself. I don't fucking know.
Maybe it's just me, but I'm failing to see what exactly that has to do with dating. That has everything to do with the fact that you do not have a personality at all. I don't even need to talk to you for 5 minutes and I can tell just by looking at you.
I don't fucking know. Oh my God.
Anybody else single and terrified to go on another date and have another meaningless conversation?
No, not really. Most of us men are just done with dating, mainly because you set the standard to be absurdly high. So we just decided it wasn't worth it. That's why we're hanging out over at Skeeter's place trying to figure out a way to combine Nerf wars with basketball. We actually got some pretty good ideas on paper. It's real exciting stuff. We'd invite you, but you just think it was childish, and we got better things to do with our time than waste it with you.
And get to know somebody just for them to ghost you.
If they're ghosting you, that's because you have nothing to offer, sweet cheeks.
Or end up being an alcoholic. Or have commitment issues. Asking for a friend.
I gotta level with you, lady. You're single and over the age of 30. You are not one to be talking smack about men and their commitment issues.
Okay, I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
Dating in your 40s is like shopping at the Goodwill and just searching through endless racks of junk that belong to somebody else already. Probably has a hole in it.
I believe it was the great Paul Harrell who once said that if you are 50% right, you are 100% wrong. Now, you are technically correct that dating in your 40s is a lot like shopping at a Goodwill, but here's where you got it backwards. You are the one that's on the rack, not us. You were thrown out by a bunch of different people. You don't look all that great. Men would be embarrassed to be seen on you. You definitely have a big old hole in it, if you catch my meaning. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You don't smell all that great. And even though you are priced at the bottom of the barrel, most men see you as too expensive. There, I fixed it for you. No need to thank me. I'm just doing the work of his everlasting glorious gloriousness, glory of the intergalactic space god Klobuchar. All hail.
Most likely dirty. Sometimes you find something with a tag attached, but it's not gonna fit.
Yeah, because you're too big.
It's not great.
Maybe an unpopular opinion, but if you ask me out on a first date and then afterwards you're not feeling it, ghost me. Just ghost me.
I got a better plan. How about I don't talk to you? If you do try to talk to me, I ignore you and I move on with my life and get a sandwich while you go do whatever it is you losers do. I think that's a better plan.
Because honestly, I am far too exhausted to deal with the breadcrumbing. The, oh, I had a good time. Oh, let's do this again. Vague answers knowing full well that you are not going to take me out again. I'm too tired for it.
Zach?
Nobody cares, Sean. Nobody cares.
In the year of 2023, in the year of the Barbie movie, boys, we know what you're doing and we know our worth and we're over it.
So you are comparing your worth to the Barbie movie, a movie that was a flash in the pan that nobody is talking about anymore. So pretty much what you're saying is you are at your peak value for like a week, maybe a week and a half. And then after that, you fade into obscurity faster than Pogs. Yeah, I know I'm dating myself there, but all the guys who grew up in the 90s know what I'm talking about.
So just do the nice thing and ghost us.
Nice try. Here's the thing. You've set us up to be put into a no-win situation. If we ghost you, you then film yourself ugly crying and then saying how men are trash because they ghost you. If they don't ghost you, then you're just going to say that there aren't any good men left that are only after one thing. Either way, you're going to complain and look incredibly mediocre while you do it.
I don't need a full explanation. We don't owe each other anything. Just ghost me, please. Because I'm far too tired to deal with the breadcrumbing. I am far too exhausted to spend energy texting you if we're not on the same page. Sincerely, a person who is very exhausted, is in their 30s, and is still trying to date. Still a little bit of a hopeless romantic.
Being a hopeless romantic isn't an endearing quality. It just makes you annoying. It also means your expectations are way too high, and most men aren't going to want to deal with that.
And I'm just far too exhausted to deal with the texting.
Are you exhausted? Because I'm not sure if you're exhausted. You've only used the term exhausted 8 times in a 90-second period. Are you exhausted? Because you look exhausted. You sound exhausted. In fact, you are so exhausted, you shouldn't even be posting this cringe on TikTok. But then again, if you didn't, I wouldn't be making fun of you, so don't let me stop you.
And the breadcrumbing. So please, again, ghost me. Do the nice thing. Thank you.
You're not welcome.
Most guys fuck with only women below 30. I think women are getting the memo. 30 is the cutoff. Once you reach 30, your dating pool dries and your biological clock starts moving faster.
And even though you start getting more desperate to try to find anybody, that's not gonna stop you from endlessly resenting the man you settle for.
Till you finally hit menopause. A guy who says he's chill with a woman's past is either faking it or he's not really into her.
Or he's just trying to use it for some quick bedroom action.
When a lady hits her 30s after her wild days, it's totally unattractive. If she's in her 30s and hasn't been with a crazy number of guys, not 0, but less than you'd guess, guys will totally still find her hot. Maybe even more than a 20-year-old because she's got a brain. But if she's been with everyone and now wants a stable thing, she's just out there for anyone to grab.
AKA the woman who says, I've had my fun, who's gonna make you earn every single second of affection when she gave that away to Chad for free when she was in her prime. And when you finally get it, it's not worth it.
If you've been saving up your cash for ages, are you gonna go for a used car or a fresh brand new one?
I'm actually gonna go for a really awesome secondhand car just so I can get like a really cool golf cart and just totally pimp it out. But then again, my brain's kind of broken.
It's just common sense. Guys are waking up to the truth these days. If they go for older women, like 29 and up, they're asking for a whole bunch of problems. These girls often come with baggage from past relationships, messing with their heads and hearts. Studies say the more partners a woman has, the less likely she is to commit.
That's because the higher the body count, the higher the odds that she's settling for you. And if she's settling for you, she's gonna resent you and then hate the fact that you aren't the same lover as some guy she had back when she was in her 20s. She may try to hide it. She's gonna be able to hide it just as well as hot pink camo in the Vietnam jungle. It's just not happening. And she is going to make your life a living hell.
It's like her brain's always on the hunt for the next guy. By 29, women's looks start to fade, no matter how much makeup they slap on. That's why guys start losing interest and bailing on their 30-year-old girlfriends. Sorry, but a 30-year-old's personality and achievements don't matter much to guys. They're all about youth, fertility, and beauty. No debate. And seriously, why would guys pick someone who ignored them when they were in their prime? They're going to opt for the fresh batch of young ladies. Guys aren't tying the knot for your career, your cash, or your sense of humor.
And that's because modern women think their careers count as a personality trait. They aren't willing to share their cash, but that's not going to stop them from mooching off of yours. Let's be real. How many modern women actually have a decent sense of humor?
Nope. They're after one thing: a gorgeous young babe to have a blast with. It's top priority, hands down. Guys will put up with a ton if she's a looker, and they can get busy with her. But once her beauty fades, or they've had enough, peace out. On the bright side, if a guy finds a stunning young lady who's also sweet, funny, and caring, and she's into him too, jackpot. Some older guys might end up with women in their 30s, 40s, or beyond. But if they had their dream pick, most would go for a smoking hot 21-year-old virgin.
And women over 30 will call this predatorial, even though this is the way men have been from a biological standpoint for freaking millennia. And the reason why men find themselves attracted to young virgins is because the fewer bodies a woman has, the stronger she's going to be able to emotionally and romantically bond with that man. At the end of the day, it's about being able to bond with somebody to form a trusting relationship, so that way there's a stable platform for your offspring. It increases their chance of survival and moves forward the generations to keep the bloodline going. I was drunk for my sophomore year of college, and I'm pretty sure I got an incomplete in biology, and even I know this.
The issue is, that's not always on the table, so they settle for what they can snag. Someone older, maybe not as easy on the eyes. They'll say she's beautiful to me, which might not always ring true.
Boy, there's no real easy way to say this, but, look, you're a simp.
It's just a way to feel good about their choice. But let's face it, the cold, hard truth is, they couldn't do any better. So, women 30 and up still have options, because these guys couldn't lock down anything younger, hotter, or more stunning. And
that's just a recipe for bitter resentment all around.
That's where the balance comes in. Guys who won't lock it down with a 30-something lady, they're playing the odds. They figure they can score a sweeter deal with someone a whole decade younger.
And here's the thing about playing the odds. When you are an older man, if you've worked on yourself, you're healthy, and you manage your money well, the odds of you being able to get somebody younger go up drastically. However, the older a woman gets, outside of the cougar phase where a man will just use her for practice, there really isn't very good odds that they are going to be able to get a hot young man, because the hotter young men have better options.
I'd rather soak up 10 years of my wife's prime time, building something special with her. Why settle for a 30-year-old who's already had her peak years with other guys?
Well, the answer to that's pretty simple. Modern women think that the men they ignored for 20 years are on the hook for their problems. They're the ones that went out and rode the carousel. They're the ones who got pumped and dumped. They are the ones with the trust issues. They are the ones, the misery and the psychological baggage. And somehow it's our responsibility to either fix them or deal with them. And neither one of those sounds like a really nice prospect.
Commitment and marriage? Feels like they're on life support these days. It's way simpler to just date, hang out with whoever you want, and live that single life, whether you're a woman or a man. I get it. This might sound like some extreme biological kind of misogynistic viewpoint. It's the truth about what's wired into our DNA as guys.
Biology within itself is not misogynistic. Misogynistic is just a cope term that's used by women who are past their prime to make fun of us for not settling for their sloppy seconds. And sloppy seconds is the best that we could hope for if we settled for these broads.
I know plenty of guys, no matter their looks or background, genuinely love their partners. But I'm talking from a cold, hard, maximum value perspective here. And that's why guys often hesitate to commit to someone older. You know how it goes. Women in their 20s seem to only go for older guys, bad boys, or the super popular guys their age.
That's because women want the things they can't have. They're not supposed to go after the bad boys, so they want the bad boys. They're not supposed to go after older men, but they're gonna go after them anyways. Either that or they have daddy issues, probably both. And they go after the popular guys because the popular guys have options. They don't go after the average halfway decent guys because in her eyes, they have nothing to offer. So she's going to ignore them and treat them as if they're invisible, which is why when she flips on the switch when she turns 30, she's gonna assume that we're all gonna be happy to see her. Well, we don't care because we flipped the switch and now she's invisible to us.
The genuinely nice and caring ones? Nah, they often get overlooked. Fast forward a decade and a half, and these girls have piled up a whole mountain of baby daddy drama and other baggage with those bad boys. Then, at 35 and up, suddenly they're all about those nice, caring guys they didn't give a chance to back in the day. Now they want these guys to handle all their drama and deal with their mental and physical baggage. This plan usually doesn't work out as expected.
And typically ends with a one-way ticket to divorce town. Population, a whole bunch of men who didn't deserve the sheer amount of punishment simply because they were too naive and got married.
I can pretty much guarantee that only the most desperate guy will fall into that trap. And even then, you might be lucky to keep him around for more than a couple of months, because most of the time, they're just looking to catch up on some fun in the bedroom. I get it. A lot of women think it's rare for a guy in his 30s or 40s to snag a 20-something, but it's actually not that uncommon. So yeah, to put it bluntly, we neither want nor need you. That's why when it comes to dating in your 30s, there's one eligible guy for every 20 women, and in your 40s,
these women think that they're getting it left, right, and center in their 20s on these dating apps and when they go out, that's the way it's supposed to be until the end of time. But they cannot handle the notion that it flips. When self-respecting men reach their 30s and get established and are working harder, they become much more appealing. And then these women permanently take their turn as the ones being ignored, and they simply cannot understand why. And even when we tell them to their face why, they just look at us and blame politics. It really is one hell of a time to be alive.
I know this guy in his mid-30s, and if he hits up a spot where the crowd is over 40 and lets it slip that he's single, the ladies come swarming without him lifting a finger. Just standing there looking nice brings the power balance into clear view.
Yeah, but if you got a whole bunch of women in their 40s coming to surround you, I think the smell would be unbearable.
In today's dating scene, especially in the Western world, there's a surplus of women compared to guys. It's just how it is. Guys tend to kick the bucket earlier for all sorts of reasons. Gang stuff, dumb stunts, drugs, booze, accidents.
Mishaps as an intergalactic bounty hunter? Not me, but it's been known to happen.
You name it. And yeah, some have even been taken out by the controversial V word. No debate on that, please. On the flip side, a bunch of guys just piece out of the dating game by choice. They're all about their careers, sports, or diving deep into hobbies like gaming.
Either that or we played the dating game and it wasn't worth it. Too much work for too little payoff.
You made your choice at 20. I made mine at 40.
Amen.
Ever wonder why so many women end up feeling like they're losing it? They're diving into the booze or meds because they never found a partner after their wilder years.
It's not just the booze and it's not just the meds. It's the fact that they cannot understand why. That is the big thing here.
It's a rough reality out there. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video.
And that is going to do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. Thank you so much for checking it out. Once again, special thanks to Manhood. Link is in the description. Give him subscribes. Take a look at his videos. Give him as many likes as you can. The man is truly doing some fantastic work. And if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Let's give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Stay classy and stay awesome, fellow gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.